What's up, you guys? Wanted to share a couple entrepreneurial stories with you guys, a couple things that happened in the last day. So just recently, I was asked to sit on a Endeavor board and one of three panelists and answer a few questions about joy and how joy plays a role in our businesses. And I remember the last question that we were asked was, explain your most joyful all-in moment of your business. And so I was like, oh, I can't wait to answer this. So we'll get back to that. This is going to play a role in what I want to tell you guys. So last night I got a text before I was going to bed, and the guy that runs the flea markets messaged me, and he was like, hey, are you going to be out at the Christmas show? Would love to set up a meet and greet if you are. And I'm like, I'm not sure yet. But he was like, remember when you were out here? He's like, we would maybe have 10 seasoning sauce companies. He's like, now we cut it off at 25, and I get 2 or 3 applications every day, and I got to push them away. And that was a little bit emotional for me, just to read that and like feel that feeling of those flea markets, and to know that there's that many people out there trying to chase that dream, and that I may have had a little bit to do with that through my viral videos and my storytelling and telling my story and how I came up through the flea markets, the state fair, any sort of hunting festival, car show. And so it really was a little bit emotional for me for a minute. And, you know, another thing that he also shared is like, he'll also have some people that are frustrated, and they sit there, they're frustrated because they didn't do very well maybe, but yeah, he says they sit there and with their arms crossed. And so I wanted to just share a couple little things about the flea market. You have to be aggressive, you guys. This goes back to my all-in moment. I knew that day in 2015 when I brought this chicken in, and the guy took a bite, and he's like, this is the best chicken ever. Why aren't you selling this? And I was like, Danos, I knew exactly what I was going to do. I knew I had a little bit of money saved up, and I could go all in on this. And it was like, I remember this day like it was yesterday, because it hit me so hard like a ton of bricks. I love to cook for people. It's my passion. So when this idea all connected, like I can package this seasoning and sell it to people, and they can make this chicken too for themselves, I was all in. And so when I did the flea markets, when there was less than 10 food product booths at the flea market, I didn't have competition. There was nobody else doing what I was doing. And I never sat down. I remember my mom buying me a chair. Like the second, after the first flea market, the second one I was doing, like she like brought a chair, and I was like, I don't want it. Get it out of here. I got a cooler with chicken in it. If I need to sit down, I'll sit down, but I don't need to be comfortable sitting down, because failure's not an option. I am all in on chasing this business. I am not sitting down. At one point in my life, I went door to door. I was actually top 10 in the country. They flew me to Dallas to talk to other people that were good at this door-to-door sales. And I used to sell car windshields. Believe it or not, in the state of Kentucky, if you get a rock that hits your windshield, you can get it replaced for free if you got comprehensive coverage. And basically, I would knock on somebody's door and say, hey, is that your car? And they say, yeah. And I say, well, we just had some recent, I wouldn't say, is that your car? This is how I would say it. I would say, hey, we're out here helping a bunch of your neighbors. There's been some construction in the neighborhood. I'm sure you've seen it, because there's always construction. I'm sure you've seen the construction. A bunch of your neighbors got damage to their vehicles. Is this your vehicle? And they say, yes. And you just start walking. You say, let me show you something. You just start walking. Next thing you know, they're right behind you. And then now you kind of vaguely got your permission to walk over to their vehicle. They're right behind you. And then you basically look at their windshield. If you see a crack, you say, hey, you see that crack in your windshield? I can fix that for free. Just grab your little insurance card. I was one of the top 10 in the country at doing it. And so I use a lot of these skills as my way into the flea market. So my way to win in the flea market. So in the flea market, sometimes I'd let people walk by, but most time, I'm sure there's a lot of people that I've plucked out of a crowd that got turned on to Dan-O's from a flea market that I probably said something to them as they were walking by. Me or somebody with me said, hey, you want to try this? You want to try the best chicken you ever had? Do you like to eat healthy? So what I'm getting at is ask a question where somebody's going to reply a yes to. Do you like to eat healthy? Oh, well, you got to try this. Hey, do you like chicken? Yes. Well, you got to try this chicken. You know, say something to get somebody to try. And they're like, oh, I'm good. I just ate. Say, I'm not trying to feed you. I'm trying to change your life here. I'm trying to give you one bite of the best chicken you ever had in your life. And they'll be like, oh, the best chicken? And I'm like, the best chicken. Try this. Right? So don't sit in a chair. If you're going to sit in a chair with your arms crossed, you're going to lose. Yeah, you might win, but better have a really good product that sells itself. But I'm just saying, if you're out there spending your time, I mean, these things go on from 8, 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night. You're literally there for 4 days. You're spending 40 hours. So I looked at it as, if I'm spending 40 hours, this better be my real job, because I'm not spending 40 hours on a hobby, right? If you can't make money, you got a hobby. So literally these 40-hour flea markets, and I would do like $5,000 a weekend. I mean, I think the first one I ever did was $3,700, and then it always kind of went a little bit up. Maybe I got to like $6,000 or $7,000 occasionally. But you guys, you can do this through these flea markets. But it was just crazy to me, and I got a little emotional, like I said, when I saw that text when he's like, I got 25 food products out here now, and I got to turn 2 or 3 away every day. It's just crazy. But you guys, don't sit on your cooler. Don't make yourself comfortable sitting there. Stand up and talk to people. Don't talk to people sitting down. Sitting down means you're not interested. So I don't know. I just wanted to make this video, tell you all about these 2 moments. You know, that all-in question. What was your most like joyful moment about being all in your business? And I was like, when that guy came in and tried that chicken, I knew what I was going to do. There was no giving up. You know, I have a risk tolerance. I always like to bet a little bit on a football game here or there. And like, I knew that I could invest every dollar I had into myself, into chasing my dream, into making a success, because I knew how stubborn I am, and that I wasn't going to give up, and that I was going to do it right. Be respectful to people. Like I said, don't sit down. When somebody's trying your product, if you're sitting down in a chair and you're talking to them while they're standing there talking to you, you're not doing it the right way. Get rid of your chair. Don't even bring it. Unless you got some sort of health issue, that's different. But anyways, I wanted to share those moments with you guys. Thought that was pretty special. You can 100% absolutely plant your seed, start your business, package your product, take it to a flea market. Now I heard they're pretty hard to get in, but good luck with that, you guys. Seriously, it's a great way to grow your business. At least get people out there knowing about your business. And then, you know, 2000 came along, took all that away from me. I had done $200,000 in 2019. 2017, I did 40,000. 2018, I did over 100,000, just over. And then 2019, I did 210,000. And most all of that was like flea market money. But yeah, and then COVID hit, took all that away. And that's when I went to TikTok. And it was just perfect timing. It was the right opportunity. I had my product on my website and Amazon. And the rest is history, my friends. People love the product. They love the way I sell it. Connect with people. Be genuine. Don't be fake. Keep sprinkling. The rest is history. Yum, yum, get you some. Go out there, start you a product. Go to the flea market. Good luck. Oh, yeah, when somebody asks for a business card, it's right here. It's $5. You won't throw it away, I promise.